Greetings one and all! The Nintendo 3DS might be dead, but it lives on spiritually through me and my 3DS collection, and today I wanted to talk about 8 of my favorite Nintendo 3DS games. And if this does well enough, I'm going to make at least another one of these, but I might make a few more because there are a lot of awesome Nintendo 3DS games. I just wanted to discuss, my favorites. So if you like this type of content, make sure, do all that YouTube crap, the like, the subscribe, the let me know you like it. That's always nice. I always appreciate when people tell me that, hey, I did a good job, pat on the back and whatnot. And without further ado, let's talk about these Nintendo 3DS games. First up is Kirby Triple Deluxe, which I actually coincidentally just watched James Stephanie Sterling's video, and he said he had an epiphany that Kirby Triple Deluxe is really Kirby 3D, hence the Triple Deluxe, 3D. I didn't catch that either. I did not catch that either, actually, but this is still an awesome, awesome title. If you haven't had a chance to play it, you better get on it. The only way to get it now is physically, because the 3DS eShop is now dead, hence why I'm making this. It's kind of a way of honoring the Nintendo 3DS. And for anybody that doesn't know, I love Kirby. Always have, always will. I even like Kirby Star Allies. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I thought it was a really fun game and a very good time. And Kirby Triple Deluxe is also a really fun game and a very good time. So, Kirby. My next game I chose is Shimogama Tensei 4. This right here is kind of cool. It's one of the first, as in, this was the first Shimogama Tensei game I have ever played before. I've never played a Shimogama Tensei game until this, and the only reason I even discovered that this was even a thing is because 10 or so years ago I had a friend named Marshall, shout out to you buddy, and he was, we were working at the same job at the time, and we were driving down our Kubota cart, and we were talking about the 3DS, what games we liked and all of that stuff, and he said, hey Brad, you ever played Shimogama Tensei? And I said, well, I don't even know how to say that. What is this? What is Shimadabadoobadoo? He said Shimogama Tensei. I said, yeah, that's what I said, Shibadabadoobadoo. But besides that, he said it's a great game, it's a great franchise, it's one of his favorites, and that I need to try it. And I'm proud to say that I did, and oh my gosh, this is good. This is dang good. This is a really good game, and as a matter of fact, there are several Shimogama Tensei games that you could have picked up on the 3DS, which you still can. These are all really expensive now. They're like $60, $70, $80 a pop, but you can still pick them up. And it's a really good franchise. I love this franchise now, so thank you to my friend for recommending this, and now I recommend it to you. Next up is a game that, if you don't know that this game exists, you probably never played a video game before, but Ocarina of Time 3D, it's a really good remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, of Ocarina of Time. Do I really have to explain anything here? I mean, the visuals are updated, they try to make some quality of life improvements. It's Ocarina of Time and it's good. I got nothing. It's a great 3DS game though. Great 3DS game. Going up next is a first for me, as in I've never played this game before, but Metroid Samus Returns. This is actually a remake of Metroid 2. Now, like I said, I never had the opportunity to play Metroid 2 before, so this was my first outing of that game, and let me just tell you that this is a good one. Yeah, so everything about this game was really well polished, and I can see why so many people really loved Metroid 2 after being able to play the remake. Hopefully I will be able to go back someday and check out Metroid 2 in its original form sometime, but until then, I at least have this bad boy, and this one is a dang good game. Now we're going to throw a curveball. All of those were kind of expected, but this one, Virtue's Last Reward, this is a beautiful game, and it's freaking crazy. So if you don't know what Virtue's Last Reward is, it is the sequel of sorts to 999, and if you don't know what 999 is, it's basically a bunch of people are in an area where they try not to die, and there's somebody going around killing people, and it's up to you to figure out what the heck is going on. It has branching paths, it has a bunch of fun puzzles, it has multiple endings, and this is the sequel to that. As a matter of fact, some of the cast from the original game have come over to this bad boy, and man, let me just say, this one works so well and looks awesome on the Nintendo 3DS. I am so happy to have this in my Nintendo 3DS collection. If you haven't had a chance to play this, there's good news. It's not just on the 3DS. You can play this game on your PlayStation 4 and on Steam. It's listed under a thing called the Nonary games, so do give it a shot. Give both games an opportunity because they are a lot of fun and I couldn't get enough of them, so get on that. The next game is going to be an interesting one because it's one that was the first in the franchise that I ever played. And when I say that Fire Emblem Awakening is the first Fire Emblem game I played, I mean it. This is the game that started my love of the Fire Emblem franchise. I didn't play the ones on the Game Boy or the GameCube or the Wii. I can't pretend like I've been this big old fan ever since, I was a little kid. When Super Smash Bros. Melee happened on the GameCube and I saw Marth and Rory, I said, I don't know who these people are, but I want to find out. Years and years later, a decade plus later, I finally got my chance to find out at least what Fire Emblem was, because Marth and Rory, they're not in this game. But it's so good. And Chrom is in here! And let me just say that I apparently played it all wrong. My friend, Brandon, shout out to you, Brandon, he keeps everybody alive. Tries to keep everybody happy in these games, and I let them all die. No, really, I kill so many of these people that are killable. Not every character is killable, but that's not the point. I play very differently. I go more a Game of Thrones approach, that if they die, they die, and I just gotta live with it. Sometimes it can be heartbreaking, but sometimes it can be really satisfying, because we all know that there's some terrible characters in each game that you don't really mind if they die. But all that aside, Fire Emblem Awakening is a really good game, and I love it to pieces, and you should probably try it if you have the opportunity to do so. There you go. This next choice is perhaps a little bit controversial, but only because I'm going to make a statement to go along with it, and that is the fact that Animal Crossing New Leaf is, in fact, the best Animal Crossing game ever. That's right, you heard me. I like this game slightly more than the one on the Switch. Can't even remember what the one on the Switch is called. I think it's called Animal Crossing Island Adventure or something like that, alright? I'm joking. I know that it's called New Horizons, okay? But I like New Leaf more. Really like New Leaf, man. I loved the hide and seek games. I loved collecting lemons. I am so sad that lemons didn't make a return. But most importantly, I discovered my love of Cap'n in this game, and I just think Cap'n in this game is the best thing ever. His boat shanties are the best, and I loved all of them in this one. The ones on the Switch version were fine, but nothing beats New Leaf Cap'n, alright? I like this game a lot. It's adorable. And my wife played this one. She approves of it too, so there's 2 people approving of this game now. And then we come down to the last game. I wanted to save this one. This one's kind of a special one for me because it was a first. Again, there's kind of a theme here. This was my first time I ever played this game, and when I say Corpse Party is a WTF game, this is a WTF game. Now, if you don't know what this game is about, to basically sum it up is a school, girls and boys go and do a ritual thing at the school, and being stupid as they are, bad things happen and tend to unfold, and it turns out to be haunted. And it's kind of cliche, kind of not, like I said, and while that all sounds like probably familiar for you, nothing else about this game is. This game is messed up, and I love it. I mean, this game generally gave me goosebumps at times with the way it presented some of the storylines and some of the endings. There are multiple endings in this game, through each chapter even. But wow! If you haven't had the chance to play Corpse Party, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The bad news is give it up. You're not going to be able to play this on the 3DS. This game, even though it's a used copy, it is going for, what is it, $200 now? Still, I actually did a video on this. It's a very expensive game to own physically. The good news is that you can find this thing on your Nintendo Switch in a remastered format, and you can find it on Steam and PlayStation. It's even on Xbox, so you don't have an excuse to not try out Corpse Party. And if you are even remotely interested in having a crazy roller coaster ride of horror adventure, this right here That's the game, man. That's the game. And I played it first on the 3DS, and I absolutely loved it. It is easily one of my all-time favorite 3DS games. I can't recommend it enough. So there you have it, guys. 8 beautiful, beautiful games that are some of my favorite on the Nintendo 3DS. And I've got great news. I'm going to be doing another one of these. So if I didn't mention a game that maybe you love, well, great news. Stay tuned on this channel because I'm going to be doing another round of them. So there's a good chance it will be on that one. Unless it's not, and then you might be SOL, because I don't know how many of these I'm going to do. I mean, these are supposed to be my favorites, right? I can't just say every game I enjoyed, but I do generally love all of these games. So if you're looking for some, there you go. And thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch this. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout, and I'll see you on the next one. May the Nintendo 3DS rest in peace. Bye!